Hello, hi guys. How are we doing? Welcome to another free lesson with Tom from TJ Tutors. In today's session, we're going to be looking at how to write a diary. Okay, so this might be something that comes up in an exam where you've got to write a diary entry. So what I wanted to do today with you all is go through some of the different things that you can include, some of the different techniques to make it as interesting as you possibly can. Okay, so the first thing we need to think about really is what goes into a diary. What is a diary? So it's a personal recount of a person's thoughts, their feelings and experiences. It's written in the first person. It's often focusing on emotions, reactions, reflections, not just facts. Very much it's you confiding in something. It's almost like you're writing to your best friend that keeps all of your secrets. Okay, so it's very, very personal, and that's just something I want you to bear in mind, because you've got to be showing emotions, reactions, feelings. I'm going to show you some bad examples, and then I'm going to show you some good examples of what makes a diary. But the features of a diary are as follows. Okay, so it's first person, obviously. It's past tense most of the time. You might be writing about what's happening at that very moment as well later on, but you're mostly going to be recalling the events that have been taking place previously. You're going to have your date at the top. It's going to be expressing feelings, personal thoughts. It's going to be informal. It's going to be colloquial. It's going to be more natural because you're chatty. It's very, very kind of, like I said, like you're talking to a friend who's kind of keeping all your secrets. And it's you showing your personal kind of reflections, your wishes, your desires. Okay. And it details the events that matter to the writer, mostly chronological as well. Okay. So what we'll do is I want you to spend a few minutes having a little look at this example here. I'm just going to read it out for everyone. So 22nd of March, 2025. I still can't believe what happened today. It started like any other boring school morning. Toast, missing sock, mum yelling, hurry up from the kitchen. But by lunchtime, everything had changed. Mr. Thomas picked me to read my story out loud in front of the whole class. My stomach did a flip. I honestly thought I might throw up on my shoes. But once I started reading, something strange happened. They listened. And I mean really listened. Even Liam, who usually spends most of English flicking rubbers at people, sat still and actually smiled at the ending. I felt proud, properly proud, like I could float out of the classroom. Maybe I'm not as rubbish at writing as I thought. Anyway, Mum said she wants to frame the story. Bit much, maybe, but I guess I'll let her this once. Okay, so what I want you to do now, just for a few minutes, see if you can identify the key features of the diary here. Okay. Okay, right. So hopefully we've managed to get the key features. You better kind of identify where we've got the first person, the past tense, obviously throughout, feelings, personal thoughts. So things like my stomach did a flip. You know, I felt proud, properly proud, like I could float in the classroom, float out of the classroom. So you're showing this kind of natural, sort of informal reflection on what's happened there. Okay. Right, now, the next thing we're going to work on is just some quick comprehension questions, okay? So I'm going to show you this short extract. I want you to write down your answers to these questions in a moment. Let me just read it out for you, okay? So Wednesday, 10th of March, 2025. Today was a disaster. I forgot my homework at home and had to explain myself in front of the whole class. My face went redder than a tomato. Then, to make things worse, it rained so hard on the walk home that my socks squelched in my shoes. Honestly, I just wanted to curl up and disappear. So let's see if we can try now, guys, to get some answers to some of these comprehension questions. I'll just give you just a couple of minutes to do this, okay? Okay, cool. Let's go through some of these. So our answer to number one, what went wrong? They forgot their homework. How did they feel after forgetting the homework? Well, they might feel embarrassed, uncomfortable. One piece of evidence that shows the writer was embarrassed. Well, my face went redder than a tomato. Okay. What happened on the way home? They got caught in heavy rain. Okay. It rained so hard that their socks squelched in their shoes. And then the last one, they might be feeling embarrassment, frustration, sadness. Okay. So just a quick note as well, guys, if you like the video, like it down below. And if you're wanting to look at more of my videos and free lessons, you can subscribe to the channel to catch up on new updates. Right, now next part is as follows, a basic diary entry. Okay, I'm going to get you guys to try and have a go at improving a boring diary. Okay, so basic diary entry here. I woke up and had breakfast. I saw my pet on the way out. I walked to school and saw a friend. He had some snacks and shared one. When we got to school, the bell rang. We went to our classroom. The teacher took the register and told us what we've been doing. I listened. Okay, so that currently is pretty boring, right? There's no real kind of interesting techniques being used here. We haven't really got any reflections or personal thoughts. It's quite dull in the way that it's written. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a bit of time now to work on going through making it as best as you can make it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of time now to go through, try and rewrite, making it as interesting as you can possibly make it. Okay. Okay, right. Let's have a look at my example here, okay? So, this morning I dragged myself out of bed and sleepily munched my cold, soggy cereal. I quickly kissed my fluffy ginger cat goodbye on the doorstep, although he didn't seem very bothered. As I strolled to school, the chilly wind whipped at my cheeks. Halfway there, I bumped into Fred, who was cheerfully munching a big bag of fizzy cola bottles. He grinned and offered me one, which definitely made the walk feel a little bit less miserable. When we finally reached school, the loud, shrill bell echoed through the playground. We rushed inside, our shoes squeaking on the shiny floor. Miss Jackson called out the register, sounding unusually cheerful, which made me suspicious. She explained that what we'd be doing today, a full morning of fractions. I groaned inside because I've never really been friends with maths, although I'm trying harder this term. I guess the day wasn't all bad. At least Fred gave me a sweet, and my cat will definitely want cuddles when I get home. Okay, so here you've got examples. I just want you to spend just a couple of minutes now going through. See if you can identify some of the things I've added here to make it interesting. So any adjectives I've used, any adverbs, connectives, any kind of personal thoughts, any reflections that show how I feel. Just spend a couple of minutes doing that now, just so you can kind of get a feel for what we're doing here, okay? Okay, right. So we've had a little look at diary entry today, a little kind of a sort of crash course in how you can kind of compose them, what you want to make sure that you're including in them. Just a quick recap on what goes into a diary. So it's first person, it's past tense, you're reporting on all the events that have happened. You have your date at the top. Sometimes you even have the time underneath that. You express your feelings, your personal thoughts. It's informal, it's natural, okay? It's you showing your desires, you're showing your wishes, it's showing what you think about things, and it's talking about the events that matter to you, okay? So make sure that you are liking the video, subscribing to the channel to get more updates on more lessons that we're doing. But that's just been a little quick snippet of how you can approach diary entries.